Of the show?
It's called Hunting History.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not a hunting show. Hunting History.
There it is.
There's MeatEater playing.
Channel.
That one, that episode, it's like a whole little trailer.
So what is the idea of the show?
It's like outdoor wilderness mysteries, outdoor mysteries. And we do some things that are decades old. We do some things that are centuries old. When I was, for instance, when I was growing up in the Great Lakes region, there's the first ship they ever built on the Great Lakes was called the Griffin. And no one's ever found that ship. That ship went missing in the Great Lakes. And people are still trying to hunt for that ship. It's kind of like, it's regarded as the holy grail of Great Lake shipwrecks. There's still people actively searching for it. We did one on Donner Party.
What's in the ship that they're trying to get?
It would be gone now. It was full of beaver pelts. It was full of about like 6 tons of beaver pelts.
Wow.
And there's all these different theories about that the crew mutinied, whatever. But there's a guy, this dude named Steve Liebert, who came out of like naval intelligence, the naval intelligence world. And this guy named Steve Liebert is the latest, has the latest claim of having found the Griffin. So I went and dove that site to check out his claim of having identified this ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's got it.
No?
No.
What do you think it is? What do you think you found?
It kind of blows your mind when you think about the Great Lakes. There are literally thousands of missing ships, and then there are many, many ships that are there, but no one knows what they are. And I think he's found a very old ship, but I don't think he's found the Griffin.
6,000 and 10,000 shipwrecks. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The burden of proof on finding the Griffin is hard. So this dude, you've heard of the guy LaSalle?
No.
He wound up dying down in this neck of the woods. He built the first ship, and he got above Niagara Falls and built a big ship, and built the first ship that ever sailed the Upper Great Lakes. So he went all through the Upper Great Lakes, went to Green Bay, filled it full of beaver hides to get himself out of debt, sends all those beaver hides back down to Niagara, but they go missing along the way. He makes his way down. He winds up being the first European to descend the Mississippi to the mouth. And then later he gets into like a mutiny of sorts down in the lower Mississippi, gets in a mutiny of sorts, and one of his guys shoots and kills him. Just kind of this whole just run of shitty luck. But he lost his ship. So there's all this different evidence of pointing to where this ship might lie. But it's almost certainly like it's somewhere. It's somewhere. Because stuff lasts so long. Like in that fresh water, stuff lasts so long. You'll go dive down and look at ships that are 100 years old, 200 years old. Looks like you could refurbish things.
Really?
Except for the ones that get broke up by ice. Yeah. So that ship's laying around.
Wow.
I'd like to tell you we found it.
Well, God, dude.
I hung out with a bunch of dudes that are looking for it.
The lakes are so big.
Yeah. I hung out with dudes that are looking for it. And now people are getting really good at it because all the sophisticated sonar. That's why they're finding all this crazy.
I don't think people understand how big the Great Lakes are.
No.
They're literally like oceans.
Yeah.
They're so big.
Especially when you add them all together,
Yeah.
And places pretty deep. But yeah, they're littered with stuff, man. And dudes like, there's just common dudes now that can buy really sophisticated sonar and underwater cameras. And people are just finding stuff like mad.
Oh, now there's more sophisticated technology.
Yeah, because you can just cruise around. You can just cut grids on sonar. So you got dudes that are out there just identifying wreck after wreck after wreck right now. That's why there's a lot of enthusiasm that someone's going to turn this boat up. But it has these big cannons. It should have these big French-built cannons. And until someone finds the cannons, no one's going to buy what you're saying.
Cannons?
Yeah, LaSalle brought cannons from Europe and mounted them on the boat.
So, like, in case someone was pirates, did they have pirates back then?
They did, but also they just would, try to intimidate Native American tribes, and they'd get them into the fur trade. But also, there's like rogue people, and you're also at that time the French are duking it out with English. Had a big toehold up in Hudson Bay, so you got the English there, you got the Spanish to the south, just a ton of conflict, and people still trying to duke it out over who's going to control the Great Lakes.
Wow.
So there's this argument too, which is crazy. Like picture if we had a naval vessel that sank off France right now. It's not France's boat.
Right.
Right. Because we have all these agreements in place. It's like our boat. So they would have to hand it over to us. It's flying under our flag. It remains our vessel. There's this argument that LaSalle's ship was flying under a French flag. whoever finds that ship, there's an argument that the French would be able to claim that ship. So even if some dude, like some freelancer, was to find it and find those cannons and finds this ship, there's an argument that the French could say, we'll take it from here, son.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's flying under our flag, and our international treaties mean that that's our boat. Which would decentivize me in wanting to find it.
Yeah, like fuck that. Imagine you go through all that work.
Yeah, they do it for glory.
Gold wrecks, like shipwrecks and people like hunting for those things, that's a fascinating world.
It is, man.
Because if you get lucky and if you find one that's filled with like Roman coins,
yeah,
like we're talking about billions of dollars.
Lot of money to be made.
Wow.
So when this dude, when LaSalle, comes over and builds the Griffin, like that first ship, it's so crazy. Like he was building that ship to transport beaver hides because traditionally they'd always done it with canoes. And he's like, I got a better idea. I'm gonna build a giant ship, fill that sucker full of beaver hides, and I'll get rich.
Thousands of beaver hides.
But it, his vanished, and that's what they were still up to in the Mountain Man era.